Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
All praise to the Most High. I'm here with my son, Michael.
How y'all
Man,
doing?
we took some time out of our day, and I told him I wanted to interview him today, and I wanted to put it on a live feed, man. So, man, we're going to just listen to Michael's point of view and his theory and concepts on certain things he might believe or certain things he might not believe in. But anyway, this is Michael. Michael, you want to introduce yourself real quick to the people?
I'm Michael. I'm his handsome son. I'm just going to be telling y'all about myself today. So,
All right, I guess my first question for my son, because we're pretty universal, we keep things open about everything. What is your worldview on Donald Trump and our new president?
well, I think just like anybody before he became president, I had
Speak up a little bit.
I had kind of a different view on him before he was elected and everything, but I just, the way I see it, it's all set up in its own way, so there's, no matter how I feel about it, there's nothing I can do or say about it, so,
What is your view on what when you think about things that bother you in society today? What comes to mind? What are things that you think about a lot and ponder on a lot that might affect the way that you live your life in America today as a young American?
Social media. Social media is the biggest one, because I think social media is that's the source for a lot of the false. I don't know even what you would call it really. The internet is the biggest one, because it glorifies so much that should not be glorified, and basically tells everybody it's okay to live a way that you shouldn't. So I'd say the internet.
When you think about I know you watch TV, a lot more TV than I do. When you see a lot of the rioting on the news with the young Americans rioting on the news, what do you think about that? What is your theory and your concept and your thoughts behind all the rioting behind our new president?
Well, honestly, like talks I've had before, I think that it's truthfully, I think it's all set up to have everybody against each other. It's a good way of putting everybody against each other and not wanting to come together. That's how I feel about that. That's my theory behind it. Again, only who knows, but yeah, that's what I think about it. I think it's all set up to put us all against each other. It's set up to make us fail, basically.
So what do you as a young American, what do you believe your government's agenda could possibly be? What is the motivation for the rioting? What do you think what do you think they're trying to accomplish through the violent protests?
I think really they're just trying to show us how weak we are, or trying to show us that we're weaker than, you know what I'm saying? They're just trying to basically show them why we're the lower class and why they're the higher class. So that's what I think about that.
What, in your own personal opinion, how do you view young Americans today, and how do you view young Americans in religion universally? When you see young people around you today, what is your interpretation and what is your outlook on what you see as far as religion is concerned? And just with the youth, not nobody older, but just in people your age range, what is your beliefs on religion or spirituality? And when you're around your youth and people in your age range, what is your interpretation of their religious views?
I feel a lot of people just don't either. I think a lot of people my age just say they believe in God just to say they do. You know, I don't read much of the Bible myself, but I can there's a handful of people that I do know who say that they believe in God and cannot rephrase a verse or passage from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as that goes, I don't know. It's confusing this day and age with a lot of people. I think there's a few people that I do know that do call themselves Christian and or take that to heart. Like, but as far I just think everybody's confused on.
What is your views on the new age movement and the new world, the one world religion type of concept? What is your theories behind what are your thoughts behind that? What is your thoughts behind the new age movement, the transhumanism and the one world God, the one world religion concept? What is your theories behind that, or do you have any theories behind that?
I've been researching it. It's a mixture of things right now. I do know that I know it's all a scam, but as far as having a clear theory on it, not right now. No.
What is your theory on UFOs? What is your theory on aliens and how? What is your theory behind aliens and UFOs? Everybody, I have to ask everybody I interview because everybody's always totally different. But it's a good question to ask, and he's my son. So, tell me what you think. What do you think about aliens and UFOs?
Well, first, I think the aliens and UFOs thing, it could go, well, it depends who you all go to and research stuff from, but from what I know and what I've, researched and got, I think that as far as all that goes, it's a setup. I think that the government has that all set up. They thrive on conspiracy theories, so I think that it's all.
So you don't believe
No,
you don't believe
not one bit.
in the alien concept?
Not one bit.
Okay.
It's a cool thing to get, movies and all that are cool to watch, but no, man, as far as that goes, not at all.
And movies, okay, there's another good. Movies in general, and Hollywood. What's your perception on movies and Hollywood and the things that the young children younger than you are being exposed to? Elaborate on that a little bit. Tell me what you think about when you see certain movies, like what's the one we watched? I think it was like Sausage Party or something.
Yes.
I mean, what is your thoughts? What is your thoughts on things like that? When you see things like that they try to portray as being funny and humorous, but
it's all, man. I don't even know really what I would say about it other than it's weird. It's all weird, all of it.
So, are you pro Hollywood, or are you in between? Are you biased, or what is? Do you believe that movies are insightful, or do you believe that movies and TV in general could be detrimental to one's thoughts?
Detrimental, definitely. I've noticed in a lot of films, a lot of TV shows, a lot of everything that I've watched, the stuff that the stuff we'll be researching, man. You can pick that out in movies. They throw it in there in little comical, action, whatever genre of movie you're watching, man. You can catch a little bit of that bullshit and everything.
So do you believe in secret societies? Do you believe in a hierarchy?
Oh, 100%.
You believe that there's rulers and then there's the underclass and if so, if you believe in secret societies and so forth and so on, what is your insight on that? What would you have to say about secret societies, just universally, from a young man's standpoint?
Well, the thing with secret societies is, I've been doing quite a bit of research on it, but at the same time, it's a blurry concept. when it comes to all, because for one, I'm not a part of it. I don't know about it, but as far there's a lot of history dating back to the Aleister Crowley days, all that stuff.
So you believe in you're familiar with the Book of Law, and then like the Order of Thelema. You did research on Crowleyism,
yes,
and his beliefs.
Oh yeah.
So, and I know we've talked on this before. I tell you how I believe that Aleister Crowley and his teachings, that's the reason why you have hypersexualization of movies and the children today, and the music videos, all the hidden symbolism and all the evil, just in pop music in general. It all goes back to my research into Aleister Crowley and his teachings. And I don't know how far you've gotten, as far as researching into Aleister Crowley and whatnot. But my belief is a lot of things that he taught is being televised and being transmitted through your radios, and nobody has a clue behind it. But if you really want to get some insight on how these motherfuckers work, as far as mind deception and shit, check out some Aleister Crowley, because he's really into the mind control, crazy sexual ritual type. Everything you're seeing on TV is the shit this guy teaches.
All linked back to this now.
The drugs, sex, rock and roll, all that shit. This man was preaching this shit before there was ever rock and roll. But anyway, this is his interview. So back to you. When you think of the Bible, what is your views on not the Old Testament but the New Testament in general? What is your view, and what do you think of the Bible?
The Bible. And
youth of your age in America or in Columbus, Ohio, in the surrounding where you hang out, what are your views? And not speaking for the youth, but as a voice of the youth of today, what are your views on the Bible?
My views on the Bible, I've only, to be honest, the New Testament, I've only read it really one time all the way through, and I've practiced Christianity in my day. I went to fellowships, I've done all that, man, and I've never sank into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but the question that I was asking though was the Bible in general. What as a young American, and you've been through the Bible once, what do you believe? Do you take it literally, or when you're reading it, how do you digest the information?
It's all metaphors.
And explain, like metaphors.
Metaphors.
Like clouds being wool and
clouds being wool.
Right.
There's yeah. I see it all. It's.
So, do you believe in God? Do you believe in a God, and do you believe in a Lucifer? Because these are questions these are questions I'm asking him for the first time too. I don't think that we've set this shit up in no way, shape, fashion, or form. I just asked him, man, let's go outside. It's a nice day. Let's go outside and do an interview. I'd like to interview you just on your view of things. So please, everybody, everything is right off the top of the dome. Nothing is being rehearsed, and a lot of these questions I've never asked him before. But me and him are very open. We talk about everything. So I thought it would be fun that you guys could view a father and son talking about real shit. You know what I'm saying? What we talk about in our life. But like I said, a lot of these questions, this isn't set up, man. I just wanted to hear my son give his version of life as a 19-year-old young American living in this modern society today. So God, and do you believe in a God, and do you believe in a Satan or a devil, or what is your views on the God concept or the God theory? Or
it's always been a confusing one for me to really get into, because I don't, as far as the Bible's version of God, no, I don't believe in it. I do, we all are here somehow though. So
right.
I do believe,
right.
As far as
there's a creator.
There is definitely, but not what we're being told. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't believe in like little red men with horns and tails and
no, sir.
I can dig that. I can totally dig that. Um, when you think of music, where do you think music is today? I mean, do you believe it's detrimental? Do you believe it's instrumental? Do you believe it to be instrumental to your youth in your community as a whole? Not just, and not hip hop or rock and roll or whatever, but as a whole, where do you see the entertainment society? Well, what direction do you see it going? Is it a positive thing when you see Young Thug wearing female clothes? How do young Americans? How do you guys digest this when you see your favorite rappers dressing in female clothes and men kissing on men and just that in general? What as a male in American society today, what is your thoughts and theories behind the music industry feeding this shit to the public?
Well, it's like how you're saying. It's just they're exposing.
Hey, I see you, man, and yeah, I dig you, man. Favorite rapper. I'm fucking with you, man. You know we keep it underground, man. But I'm just on the commercial shit. So, hey, Stack, I see that, bro. So I had to hit you on that. You know we keep it underground, man, all the time. Fuck that hip hop motherfucking BET shit, man. We ain't down for that. I love you for that comment, though, my man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, as far as the music industry in general and all that goes, dwelling into society, with social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that, they're basically trying to say it's okay to go by the rules that they're living by. You know what I'm saying? They're saying you can. So it's okay to.
Let me ask: do you think it's who are your favorite entertainers? What are you, when you decide you want to listen to music, or you want to vibe out? Who are the artists you vibe to? What are the things you listen to?
I listen to a lot of Jimi Hendrix. I listen to Jimi Hendrix. I listen to Tupac, and I listen to a lot of Eminem's old stuff.
What do you think about Kendrick Lamar? What Kendrick Lamar, Wale, J. Cole? When I say rappers like that, what do you think about those guys?
I think they kind of try to bring old hip hop back in a way, but as far as how the entertainment business is now, it's so consumed by, again, the Young Thugs and the Lil Waynes and the people that glorify that you can do this fucking, I don't even know what it's so weird. It's
right.
Twilight Zone shit, basically.
So, and do you listen to rock? I mean, like rock and roll or anything like that? Or do you vibe out to anything?
Yeah.
Do you see like the feminization of men in the rock and roll community? Do you see? I mean, I guess I would see it. I listen to it a lot, but I'm older, so I kind of digest information a little differently. So as a young man, even like in rock and roll, I don't think you could ever be gay in country music. I hope not, man.
That's hard to
Please
tell.
inform me if some crazy shit like that is going on, guys. I hope not. But so, like rock and roll, do you believe like that they promote the gay agenda?
Well, it's maybe certain music. I honestly, yeah, I do. Honestly, if I had to say,
because
so.
I see them with makeup, and a lot of them have girl haircuts.
A lot of back in the day, back in the 80s.
Well, I mean,
stuff,
even today,
Today's
I see
worse,
a lot of.
if you ask me.
I see a lot of weird. I mean, I see it on all. I see it on all sides of the fences. It's everywhere. I'll tell you what, man. Why don't you let's cut this short? We've been on here a while. Why don't you go ahead and freestyle real quick, and just let everybody know what you're, how you living, how you feeling, and just give them a shout out, a goodbye, or whatever.
What's up,
man.
everybody? It's Mikey here. I'm just chilling, man. I'm out here enjoying the day, getting by, living, the usual. But I'm out here doing my research and everything, man. Out here trying to enlighten myself, expand my mind, get hip to what's real. I'll be on Facebook for sure. Y'all can catch me on my page eventually. Well, I'm going to be posting a lot more videos here recently. But yeah, that's basically all that's going on with me. So I'll hand it back to my old man right now.
All right, fellas, we're cutting it short. We love everybody. You know, one thug, one love. Do your research, man. Stay out of the churches. Kill your TV. Man, go out and enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day. I love everybody.